town hall meetings on January 5th or 6th for Oxford families to share their ideas and concerns. And as of right now, K-8 schools are still planning to reopen on January 3rd. Boxes and boxes of homemade blankets are making their way to Oxford. Chapters of Project Linus are sending donations to offer support and warmth to students at the high school. More than 1,000 blankets have already been delivered to the school district, and we're told another shipment is on the way from California. The organization hopes to send enough blankets for each high school student to get their own. The search for Brendan Santo, a young man missing since Halloween weekend. Still to come, the effort on behalf of his high school hockey team to raise awareness and bring him home.
She's the new top federal prosecutor in Southeast Michigan and a self-described daughter of Detroit. Up next, her message to the community about doing more than just locking people up.
After a nomination by President Biden and being confirmed by the U.S. Senate, Dawn Eisen will serve as our next U.S. attorney here in Detroit. She'll oversee high-profile cases and a staff of more than 220 people. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette spoke one-on-one with the first African-American woman in this important position to find out more about her plans to make our city a little safer.
In her new role, Dawn Eisen is responsible for protecting more than 6.5 million people, and she says it's something she views as a calling.
What's your biggest message to Detroiters who are fed up with gun violence and crime?
We want to improve the quality of life. We all live in this district ourselves, and we want our families to feel protected and safe. Dismantling large violent groups, because it has been shown that it is those kind of prosecutions, those type of federal prosecutions, that really have an impact on reducing crime.
What troubles you most about public corruption and those who are in positions of power who abuse the trust of the public?
They persist in breaching the public trust and not providing honest services to the taxpayers, but we will pursue you. And we will pursue you in every corner of this district, and you will be held accountable.
After nearly 20 years with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Detroit, where she prosecuted high-level drug organizations and corrupt public officials, Dawn Eisen, who's also a former defense attorney who graduated from Wayne State Law, will now lead the office.
I prosecuted large-scale drug trafficking violations at the highest level. I became the chief of that unit, and then for the last 7 years now, I've been in the public corruption unit.
As a daughter of Detroit, educated in Detroit public schools, she's tragically also experienced the pain of losing a parent to murder. Beginning this new chapter as a leader for her office, Eisen says she will apply all lessons learned, both personally and professionally, and will prioritize fighting violent crime, corruption, and civil rights violations.
We will add additional resources to the civil rights unit and also to our prosecutors who prosecute those hate crimes, which are criminal civil rights cases. We need to give them the resources they need to vigorously pursue discrimination in housing, policing, and employment.
Eisen is also planning to keep mentoring youth and remaining active in church. As a mother, she says she's committed to ensuring a better future for kids.
I graduated from Cass Technical High School. I'm the daughter of a murder victim. My father was murdered when I was 9 years old. I'm the daughter of a single mother who tried to raise 3 children as a postal worker. I am the wife of a retired police officer, and I am the mother of a young adult son.
Eisen says she's very conscious of remaining a role model, and she wants to continue inspiring the next generation of young boys and girls. Simon Shaquette, 7 Action News.
A matchup on the ice is raising awareness about the search for Brendan Santo. He was last seen October 29th leaving Yakeley Hall at Michigan State University. Santo graduated from Rochester Adams and would have played in the alumni game against the current players. But instead, they turned it into a charity game to support the search to bring Brendan home.
We had players searching for Brendan, going up to East Lansing, missing school, missing practices, and I'm all for that.
The money raised from tonight's game will go toward the efforts to find Brendan. The reward now stands at $20,000. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers of Mid-Michigan at 517-483-STOP and stay anonymous. A surprising new menu item is coming to Taco Bell. The fast food chain is adding crispy chicken wings for a very limited time only. They're only available for a week starting January 6th, and you can only order them after 2 p.m. The $6 dish includes 5 bones coated in queso seasoning and served with spicy ranch. Sounds like a warming meal.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Chicken at Taco Bell.
All right. Okay. Well, have that snow scraper handy. How about that?
Yeah.
And a warm jacket for your 7-day forecast.
Especially for tomorrow. It could sneak up on you. You know, we've been talking a lot about the warm up around the Christmas holiday, as well as the temperatures leading to some rain as well. But before we can even get there, we have some snow to get through first. High pressure in control today. That's why we had a lot of sunshine. But now let's go on the other side of this system. There's a fast-moving clipper system that's still getting its act together. Notice the snow you'll see right here just south of Winnipeg. This is going to move in our direction, and it's just going to clip by us. But there's another thing I'll point out to you. We have a very long warm front here, extending all the way from that same zone, pushing all the way as far south as Nashville. Look at the temperatures on the other side of this boundary, in the 50s, near 60 degrees in Tulsa, Kansas City at 53. We're still on the cool side, but this is moving in our direction, and that's why we're expecting temperatures to warm up in the days ahead. 36 degrees for today's high temp, but most of the day was actually in the 30s as well as the 20s. We're in the 20s right now at 26, feels like 19, and the winds are not even all that strong, only from the northwest at 6 miles per hour. When you have numbers in the 20s, it doesn't take much wind to get a decent wind chill. So over the next few hours, temps are not going to move all that much. Clouds are going to be increasing, however, as we go into the day tomorrow as that system approaches. So your forecast for tonight, you'll see the clouds come right back, so mostly cloudy as the clouds return. A few flurries first thing in the morning, but I'm thinking the chance of seeing snow is only going to increase as we get late morning into the afternoon. In fact, here's a look at the snow I'm talking about, and notice the timestamp. This is around lunchtime. This snow is going to move in from south to north. Thinking the heaviest batch is going to be along and north of M59. They could pick up about maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow. If you're south of 8 Mile, temperatures are going to work in your behalf as far as accumulating snow. You'll still see some flakes, but not expecting it to accumulate much, mainly because of the temps. Rain's going to mix in with that, maybe even some sleet too. And as we get into your Friday now, we'll stay cloudy, but we'll have more rain that's going to move in. Not calling for a washout for Christmas Eve, but there is going to be a pretty good chance of seeing some snow, or rain I should say, by Friday night. Here's a look at the forecast for you, mainly along and north of M59 for the snowfall forecast. Thursday, 38 is going to be the high temp. That's the best we can do. 7-day forecast shows the warm up. That really kicks off on Friday. Rain moves in for the second half of your Friday, and it stays with us into Christmas morning on Saturday. Highs will be near 50 degrees Saturday morning. The numbers drop once again down to 40 and the 30s for next week.
All right, Mike, and make sure you download the free 7 app to your mobile device. Check out the latest 7-day forecast and stay ahead of the storm with the powerful 7 First Alert radar that you control. A break for student loan payments. The Biden administration once again extends a freeze. Just ahead, when it expires and the impact for those who owe tens of thousands of dollars. Plus, a holiday security warning: an empty home may be an invitation for burglars. Coming up next, the 5 things you can do before you leave to give yourself some peace of mind.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Clifford with just one of the stories next at 11 on 7. Keeping COVID at bay. The reason some natural health experts say the power of dietary supplementing could be a key player in the fight. It's all new tonight on 7 Action News at 11 over on Channel 7. We'll see you then.
More Americans are traveling for the holidays this year compared to last year. And if you're among the millions heading out of town in the next 2 weeks, experts say now is the time to secure your house. Jen Sullivan has more on what you can do to protect your home.
If you plan to travel over the holiday season, you're not alone. According to AAA, more than 100 million people will hit the road this holiday, and security experts say an empty home may be an invitation for burglars.
The number one way that they're breaking into houses these days is that if the car is in the driveway and it has a garage door opener in it, all they have to do is break a window and they can just access that garage opener.
Here are 5 tips to make sure your home is safe and secure while you're away for the holidays. Number 1, Keep the outside tidy. Don't let your mail or newspaper deliveries pile up. And if it snows while you're away, arrange for someone to shovel your driveway.
In my years in law enforcement, we actually had burglars that would show up to houses and they'd intentionally shovel the driveway. But while they were doing that, they were actually breaking into the house.
Number 2, tell your neighbors to keep an eye out on your house and let them park in your driveway to make it look like someone is home. Number 3, set up timers for your indoor lights so that they come on and off at different times of the day. Number 4, consider installing motion detector lights in the back of the house and in the driveway.
It just is an uncomfortable feeling for an intruder to all of a sudden be lit up like that. It just makes it seem like they're there.
And finally, call your local police department and ask if an officer can drive by your home periodically and make sure everything's okay. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, if you're stressing about having to start paying on your student loans again, here's some good news. Earlier today, President Biden announced another extension to pause on student loan payments. The hold will now go on through May 1st. It had been set to expire at the end of next month. More than 40 million borrowers impacted who owe the federal government $1.5 trillion. The pause has allowed the balances of borrowers to be frozen with no payments required in most federal student loans. Interest rates have also stopped adding up and collections on default debt have been put on hold.
Not having to pay that, I was able to put it in towards different bills and other debts that I need to take care of.
Trying to be smart about it. I have been paying down principal still this year, being at 0%. You're not gaining interest.
Borrowers were supposed to start paying back on their loans in February. A stiff punishment, another crackdown on unruly passengers on planes. Still to come, the airport privilege you could lose for bad behavior. Plus, a free man. Former Detroit City Council President Charles Pugh is out of prison. Coming up next, the heartbreaking pain his victims are still battling after 7 years. Share their stories.
You're watching 7 Action News at 10 on TV 20 Detroit.
Tonight, disgraced former Detroit City Council President Charles Pugh is a free man. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Glenda Lewis. He walked out of state prison this morning after serving just over 5 years behind bars. Back in 2016, Pugh admitted to sexually abusing a child, but his crimes may never have come to light had it not been for the courage of his victims and a 7 Action News investigation. Tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones has more on how the survivors of Pugh's abuse are responding to his release.
The defendant is prepared to plead guilty to count 4 and 5.
The last time we saw Charles Pugh was in this courtroom. After years of denials, he finally admitted in October 2016 to sexually abusing a 14-year-old boy. And while many others have since said Pugh abused them too, only one sent him to prison.
The shame that he put on myself, on the countless other young men who have dealt with him, he now has to feel that for the rest of his life.
This morning, just before 8 a.m., Pugh was released from the Bellamy Correctional Facility in Ionia after just over 5 years behind bars. His sentence is over, but his victims will never be.
He can let go of his anger toward Charles Pugh himself, but he can't let go of the feelings that he has for the victims. He knows that none of them sleep well at night, just like he doesn't.
Attorney Bill Cycli represents the first young man to report Pugh to police. We are not naming him because he says he was the victim of a crime. While a student at Detroit Public Schools, he was groomed by Pugh through his mentorship program. Text messages show the then city council president pressured the high school senior to send him nude videos in exchange for money and gifts. When his mother found out, she called Channel 7.
I've always said to you that I think the real hero of the Charles Pugh story was my client's mother. This would have never stopped had she not come forward and called you.
I don't owe you any explanation.
Pugh would resign from the city council and flee to New York City, where we found him waiting tables. Bill Cycli says if the young man's mother had never come forward,
he'd probably be mayor of the city of Detroit, wouldn't he? He's very smart. He's very talented. He got away with it for a long, long time because of his talents.
But even after Pugh's sexual exploitation was revealed, his victim was tormented by peers and on social media. Even today, knowing that his decision to come forward triggered Pugh's downfall, he's not sure if the torture was worth it.
If you ask anyone, they'll tell you, oh, we've got to protect our minors from these predators. And we know how to do it, but we don't do it. We don't encourage people to come forward. We don't protect people to come forward.
When he's released, Pugh will be required to wear a GPS tether for 6 months. He's ordered not to have contact with anyone under 17 unless he's received written permission from their parents. And he can be subjected to a polygraph at any time if ordered by his parole agent. Pugh could have served another 10 years in prison, but the parole board deemed him ready for release.
What kind of counseling did he get? What kind of treatment did he get? Does he have remorse, real, true remorse for what he did? Because that's what's important to them. Him spending time in prison in and of itself doesn't do anything for anybody.
From Detroit, Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
We do have a statement tonight from the mother of the former high school student who Pugh groomed through his mentorship program, and it reads in part, "I pray that his predatory behavior has ceased and he's received some type of counseling and therapy. I'm afraid, however, that history will repeat itself. I did not have the resources or the power to fight alone. And I hope others will realize how important it is that when they see something, they should say something." The murder of Jonbenet Ramsey remains a heartbreaking mystery as we approach the 25th anniversary of her death. She was found dead in the basement of her home in Colorado on December 26, 1996. Her parents were considered the initial suspects, even though they claimed to have found a ransom note. A coroner said she died from asphyxiation due to strangulation and ruled her death a homicide. Multiple people have claimed to have killed Jonbenet, but their confessions were thrown out. Unruly passengers could be at risk of losing their TSA pre-check privileges. The FAA and TSA are working together to share information on passengers who face fines for bad behavior on planes. Airlines have dealt with thousands of incidents since the pandemic started, mostly due to people refusing to wear masks. Travelers who are considered low risk are allowed to use TSA PreCheck. Right now, it's not known how many offenders participate in the program. All right, we're going to check in with meteorologist Mike Taylor for your super 7-day forecast in the Weather Center now with the holiday outlook. Mike.
Yeah, that's right. That's where we're going to spend most of our time on the super 7-day forecast, just talking about the holiday. I will get you through tonight first. We're expecting it to be relatively quiet, but cold. Will be mostly cloudy, a few flurries passing through, but with temperatures in the 20s, make sure you layer up first thing for tomorrow morning. We'll go for a high temp of 38, but with the breezy winds, it's going to feel just a touch cooler. Let's talk about Christmas Eve now. 46 will be the high temp. It'll take about all day to get there, but the main story will be rain that moves in. All day is not going to be a washout, but there's a pretty good shot that we could see some heavy rain showers passing through, especially as we get towards your Friday night. Going into Saturday morning now for Christmas morning, this will eventually start to pull away, but there are some model indications. There's an area of low pressure just to the south. If that comes together close enough to Detroit, that can reinforce more rain and allow that to stick with us all the way through the afternoon. So let's talk more about your forecast on Saturday. 47 will be the high temp, and this is one of those days where it's kind of weird. It's almost backwards when you talk about the high temp. We'll be closer to 50 in the morning, and notice how as the day goes on and as the sun is out, we actually start to cool down. So when you see the high temperature of 47, just know that's going to be early in the morning. Once we get towards the afternoon, that's when temperatures begin to drop. That rain chance, I'm thinking, is most likely in the morning. As we get to the afternoon, rain should start to pull away, and then we have a real storm to track. That'll be for next Tuesday. That one looks like it could make things slick.
All right, thank you, Mike. Planet Fitness in the D. A new facility opens at the Pistons Performance Center just ahead. What this place offers for as little as $10 a month.
I'm John Mattery. Strange packages arriving from Amazon of things you never ordered. Is it a holiday surprise or something sinister? That story coming up.
As you go through packages that show up on your porch this week, you might be part of a scam that is resurfacing this year. Yes, unwanted packages are showing up again this holiday week. Consumer reporter John Mattery shares what to do if you get one so you don't waste your money.
Karen Bowman opened her front door the other day and wondered if a relative had sent her a holiday gift.
Pretty little blue pen.
But no one she knew had sent it, and the package only said Amazon Prime. When the first package showed up, Karen thought it was just an innocent mistake. But then the second, larger package showed up on her doorstep, and Karen began to get concerned. This time, the Amazon delivery was a scooter for a little child.
It's a scooter. It's in a sizable box.
But Karen has no young children. None of these were gifts.
No. No.
So Karen used Amazon's web chat program and learned she may have been a victim of the brushing scam. The Better Business Bureau says that's when a third-party seller gets your address and information and sends you an inexpensive item to boost their rankings on Amazon. Other victims report receiving socks, seeds, or face masks, which is what Angela Osborne received last summer.
I noticed this odd package with all the Chinese writing, and I looked at the sender and I thought, well, I didn't order anything from China.
It's not harmless. The scammer had access to Karen's Amazon account and credit card, billing her $80.
I've had to get a new Visa card because I've been charged. Someone has used that number.
Sometimes the items show up for free, but that still means someone has your name and address. So you may want to change your Amazon account number just to be safe. Karen's glad she caught these little items before an even bigger purchase. So be careful and don't waste your money. I'm Jonbenet.
Planet Fitness is opening one of its first gyms in the Motor City. The Planet Fitness Michigan group teaming up with the Detroit Pistons to open the gym in the Henry Ford Detroit Pistons Performance Center near Wayne State. The two-level facility will feature a large selection of cardio, strength equipment, free weight area, as well as tanning and relaxation. Gym leaders say this is the first of several locations opening in downtown Detroit. Starting price, $10 a month. Two lifelong Lions fans got the surprise of a lifetime thanks to the volunteer efforts in the city of Detroit. How they're giving meaning to the season in partnership with another selfless nonprofit. Gina Trotman with that story next.
Jared Goff is recovering from COVID, and it is unsure at this point if he will be ready to go by Sunday against Atlanta. Dan Campbell said Tim Boyle could take his place. Goff has played well the last few weeks. Who knows that better, though, than his backup?
The one thing that's really impressed me with him is his attention to detail every week. You know, it's tough when you're on a losing team, and, you know, it's week after week, and it's unfortunate and bad bounces here and there, and he's attacked every week like a true professional, and that's earned my respect, but also his accuracy. He's a very accurate quarterback.
And he's certainly attacking it as much as he can. Like, you know, I'm going to get back, make sure everything, I'm health-wise, I'm good as far as it pertains to my knee, and then certainly COVID, he's pretty good. It's just a matter of becoming negative.
So we already know that Oakland University head coach Greg Kampe is the best, right? Well, yesterday we saw some prime, solid Greg Kampe content. Oakland was playing Michigan State at Little Caesars Arena, and here's what happened. At halftime, he was interviewed by Daniela Bruce, and he wasn't pleased with his players' performance, so he was a little fired up, which is, you know, pretty normal. But after the game, Kampe was actually asked if he knew the microphone was piped through LCA. It was played over the loudspeakers live. He misunderstood the question and thought that his locker room speech was piped through LCA. His face really says it all.
What?
Did you know that the microphone at your halftime interview was piped throughout the entire arena?
What I said to my players in the locker room?
On the court.
I don't give a about that kind of stuff. They got to know who I am, right? I mean, what do you want me to go out there and say, oh, it's all good. They got 9 offensive rebounds and 17 points off it, but you know what? We're okay.
It is the season of giving, and 2 incredible nonprofits have teamed up to do just that for families in Detroit. Now, what does the NFL and former Lion Nate Burleson have to do with any of this? It's all part of the surprise.
Burleson here, former Detroit Lion. I am speechless. This isn't a joke, is it?
That was Andy and Kim Belegian. They run Serve the City Detroit, a nonprofit aiming to inspire volunteers to do acts of kindness in the city.
The city has so much to offer to people, and is such a great city that we want to help those in need. She's the best.
Yes, she is. So this holiday season, Serve the City Detroit is teaming up with JJ's House. Courtney and Jason Faraday turned part of their family's home into a foster home.
Each room has kind of a little sitting area.